Hi everyone. I can't believe it's April already, but fortunately there's a new sewing challenge on Instagram this month to keep us all out of mischief. So in this video I'm going to talk all about my thoughts about what I'm going to make for Selfless Sew April 22. So stay tuned if that's something you're interested in. Hi everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and I'm the Carpe Diem Stitcher. So today I'm going to talk to you about what I want to try to make in April for a new challenge on Instagram which is called Selfless Sew April 22, and this is being hosted by Adele, who is at Sew for Serenity, and Crystal, who is at My Social Thread. That's their Instagram tags, but they've got YouTube channels of the same name as well. So I'll link all their details down below so you can go and check them out. So the idea is that you try to sew things in April that are for someone else rather than for yourself. So I'll put the pictorial for the challenge up here. But essentially, it suggests you could sew for a friend or a family member, a charity, or even your pets. So this time, unlike in Sew Frugal 22, you can sew for your cats or your dogs or whoever you would like to sew for in terms of your little furry friends. The closing date is 30th of April 2022, and you post your makes on Instagram using the hashtag Selfless Sew April 22 and tag Adele and Crystal in your post. You can enter as many times as you like, and this is open to sewists worldwide. And they've got a lot of sponsors for this challenge. So again, you know, you're in with a chance of winning something if you do go in for this challenge. So that's the details of the challenge. So I'm going to talk to you today about what my thoughts are on what I might get made in the month of April for other people. So I'm going to start off with a couple of makes for my husband, and the first of these is a shirt. So this is the pattern. So it's Simplicity S9157. And you can see it's just a man's fairly classic shirt. You can have it either long sleeved or short sleeved, and you can have it with the collar and the pocket in contrasting colour if you want to. And I'm going to make view B for him, so the short sleeved shirt all in one fabric, and he doesn't want the pocket anyway, so I'm not going to bother with that bit. So I have made this shirt before. I think I mentioned it in my very first vlog. I've made it for my dad. So I made it for him for, I think it was Christmas 2020. Yeah, so I made it for him, and I'll pop a picture up here of what the shirt looked like. I won't put a picture of him up because I haven't been able to ask him if he minds, and I don't think it's very fair to do it without asking him. So you'll have to make do with it on Olivia. So obviously it's a bit big for her, but you get the general gist of it. And fortunately for me, my husband takes the same shirt size as my dad, which is great because obviously it means I don't have to mess about recutting or tracing the pattern pieces. In fact, we checked that out before I cut the pattern for my dad, so I didn't bother tracing it. So that will save me a job and means I can go straight to cutting out the fabric. So here's the fabric, and it's quite funny because in a lot of ways Selfless Sew April is going to be a bit of an extension almost of Sew Frugal 22. Not in terms of the patterns, because they're not all free, though some of them are, but in terms of the fact that all the fabric I've got to show you is in my existing stash. So he wants me to make it for him in, don't laugh, this Doctor Who fabric, which has got, you can see Daleks there and Doctor Who in yellow, and I think viewers who know about Doctor Who can tell me, I'm sure my husband could tell me, is that a Cyberman? Anyway, so this piece of fabric came in, I might have mentioned this in an earlier vlog. A kind neighbour in the village was saying she was getting rid of some fabric, and she got a box of it, and she just said, does anyone want everything? So I just said, oh okay, yes please, thanks very much if you're offering. And this was in here, and I think it used to be a curtain, and it's kind of quilting cotton make, so I think it'll be absolutely fine for a shirt. It obviously won't be very drapey, but I think it'll be fine. And we've already tried putting the pattern pieces out on the fabric, and it does fit exactly on, so I know I'm going to be able to get the shirt out of it. So I need to put that in the wash, but that is make number 1. The other thing that we're having a bit of a debate about is, do we go for blue buttons to go with the fabric, or do we go for bright yellow ones to stand out? So let us know what you think. But that is make number 1, and I'll just run through the sizes for you in case that's something you're interested in making. So this comes in, I think it's all in the same packet. So this comes in sizes 34 up to 52. So that's the chest size actually. So chest 34 inches up to 52 inches. Waist 28 inches up to 48 inches, and hip 35 inches up to 53 inches. And I'm going to make a size 42 for my husband, which is 42 inch chest, 36 waist, and hip of 43. So that's what I'll be making for him. So fingers crossed, that should be okay. I do know that there's something weird about the collar in the pattern. I seem to remember last time that there's some kind of error in the pattern, and there's a really useful video on YouTube where someone else picked this up and showed what was wrong with it. So if I can find that video, I'll link it down below as well, so you can see, so you don't have the problems. Fortunately, I saw someone else that made it on Instagram, and they'd mentioned the YouTube video, so I was lucky, and I actually managed to find that before I had a problem. The other thing that I use when I make shirts, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, is I've bought the Stitch Sisters class on shirt making, and it's really good, it's really thorough, and it actually takes you through the order in which they make shirts, so it's a bit different sometimes from the way the pattern comes out. But I've found that really clear and really helpful, so I'll link their website down below. They've got a variety of classes, so I've got the shirts one, I've got the, I can't remember what it's called, I think it's called Introduction to Patterns, and I've got the cover stitch one and the overlocker one and the sleeves one, although I haven't really looked at the sleeves one yet, but they had a kind of bargain offer on it, so I bought it. But I can really recommend them if you're somebody who likes to learn by watching. I can really recommend them. I think they're great, really thorough. So I'll link that down below as well. So that's make number 1. Okay, make number 2 is also for my husband, and this is again really a way of well, kind of, it was to use up remnants. So his birthday is actually at the end of April. And last year he asked me if I would make him some pyjamas, jersey fabric pyjamas. And I actually made him 2 sets, so I'll pop pictures up here of them. So I made one with these kind of turtles on, kind of neon turtles. And the second, which was kind of like the wearable toile, because what he really wanted was Matrix pyjamas, so the film The Matrix, which I'm happy to say I've never seen. It's probably not really my thing, but he said he wanted some fabric that was like The Matrix. So we found this, hopefully you can see that, so it's got lots and lots of kind of numbers and letters, and we found the design on Spoonflower, and got it printed for him onto this cotton jersey substrate, and it was, I have to say, pretty pricey, but then that's what he wanted, and it was a birthday present, so that's what he got. So I'll pop a picture of him wearing them up there, and he really likes them. But I have got some fabric left over, not a massive amount, I have to say, but what I thought, rather than waste it, would be that I could make him a t-shirt that was colour blocked and put some of this in, so that it's partly in this fabric. And I also then bought some black cotton jersey, plain black cotton jersey, to go with it. And I bought quite a lot of it because I'm in a similar position. I've got some cotton jersey fabrics where I've not used all of it, and I'd quite like to do some colour blocking, and I've got some t-shirt patterns that I can do colour blocking with, which I'll talk about another time. But part of it was bought with the express intention of doing this for him. So slightly annoyingly, they're not the same colour black, but hopefully that won't really matter too much when it's made up. So I've had a bit of a look at the pattern pieces this afternoon, and I think if I make him a short sleeved t-shirt, I'll get the sleeves out of this. I was hoping I might be able to get one side of the front out of it or something like that, but I don't think that's going to be possible. But I think I can get the 2 short sleeves and probably the neckband out of it, and then the rest of it will be in the plain black. So that's the fabrics, the black cotton jersey and the matrix fabric. And the pattern that I'm going to use is the basic tee. It's called the Straight Fit basic tee pattern from Ellie and Mac. And I'll put a picture of the pattern up for you. And actually that's what I used to make his pyjama tops. So I know it fits. I made him a size large and it fits perfectly. And it comes in sizes, here we go, extra small, which is chest 32 to 34 inches, waist 26 to 28 inches, and hips 32 to 34 inches. It's an adult pattern, so I think it's actually unisex. And it goes up to a 6XL, which is 61 to 62 inch chest, 61 to 63 inch waist, and 60 to 63 inch hips. So, and that's based on an average height of 5'10". I have a memory, I might have lengthened it a bit because he's taller than that. So he's 6'4", so I probably did lengthen it a bit, but I made him the size large. So that's the pattern I'm planning on making. And I just thought I'd mention while I'm here, in case you're interested, that in the pictures that you've seen of the pyjamas, the pattern I used for those was a free pattern by Patterns for Pirates, and it's called Walk the Plank PJ Bottoms. And this is actually a pattern for woven fabrics. But what I did, and I got this idea from Kath, who has a YouTube channel, Made by Kath Craft, which I'll link below. And she had used this pattern, but she'd used it for a jersey fabric. And all she did was size down. And in fact, so I did that when I did my husband's pyjamas. And in fact, I ended up even taking a bit more off than that, because they were quite oversized when I did them in the jersey. But it is perfectly possible to make them in the jersey. And again, we've now got it to the point where they fit great. So if he wants any more, then I can make those for him, and that won't be a problem. So these come in a size extra small up to I think it's a 3X. Can't read it very well on the printout. But yeah, I'll pop the link to the pattern down below so you can check those out if you want. So although I'm not making the pyjama bottoms this time, I thought that might be interesting to you if you're thinking that you might quite like to do something like that. And you can do them at shorts length, which is what I did for him, a knee length or a pant length. So there's loads and loads of variety in the pattern, which I think is really helpful. So yeah, so that's that pattern. And that's what I used to make his pyjama bottoms when I did the selfless sewing for his birthday last year. Okay, so that's that. And then the last set of things that I'm looking to make, and I have to be honest, these may not all get made in April, is that an awful lot of work colleagues have either had children in the past couple of years during lockdown when we didn't really get to see each other very much, or are about to have children. So there's a whole raft of new children, all boys actually, that members of our team have either had or are about to have. And they're of kind of varying ages, so they'll go from newborn up to I think the oldest is about 2 now that I haven't had a chance to make anything for. So I thought I'd try and make some things for them. And again, this is where we start getting almost towards the So Frugal again, because what I thought I'd make, so for the eldest child who's about 2, but I'll probably aim to make something like a pattern for about 3 years old. I'm thinking I'll make the Anything But Basic Kids Tee, and this comes from the DIBY Club, which I think stands for Do It Better Yourself. And I've seen this mentioned by other vloggers, and I saw it mentioned a little bit in, I think I saw it in So Frugal, but I've seen it mentioned before, so apologies to the vloggers who've mentioned it before and I've not been able to find it. I'll have another look before I post this video and see if I can find links to the videos. But that it goes from 18, I think that's 18 months old, up to a size 12. So lots and lots of, and it does it in a regular size or a slim size. I'm going to probably go for regular sizes simply because I don't know these children well enough to know for sure. But I think probably, you know, with a t-shirt, if it's a bit roomy, it doesn't matter. They'll grow into it. So that's what I'm planning on making for the oldest child, and then for the younger ones, I thought I would use the, hold on, I'm just finding what it's called. It's called the Ringer Tee, and it's by Brindle and Twig. And again, I'll pop a picture up here. And this is just, again, a little straightforward t-shirt. And it's got ribbing round the neck and on the sleeve cuffs and the bottom. And you can make it, I think, in a long sleeve or a short sleeve. And I think this is meant for younger children. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of making for the top. Yes, it goes from newborn up to a size 6T, and it's supposedly suitable for beginners, and it doesn't take very much fabric at all. It says half a yard for 0 to 3 months, to up to the sizes 3 to 4, and then 3/4 of a yard for sizes 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. So that's what I'm thinking of as the top. And then I also thought I could make the another free pattern from Patterns for Pirates, and this is the petite pegs, which are a bit like the adult peg legs. So they're a legging with a knit waistband, and they look super cute. And again, I think I might have seen other vloggers make those. So again, yes, a free pattern. So I'll put a picture up of them. But that looks to be really good. So I'm just looking to see if I can find the sizes for this one. Sorry, I'm looking down because I've got my iPad here. I'm going through all the pictures and I can't see them, but I will pop the size range down below in case you're interested in making them. But I thought I'd show you the fabric, because I've got an awful lot of fabric. So again, in a sense, this should use up quite a lot of remnants that I've got. So I've got this really nice fabric, which is circus animals in this beautiful teal colour, and I've actually got some teal ribbing as well. And I got this from the Stitch Festival in February 2020. And I can remember going down on the train to London from where I live in Wales and thinking, because we knew COVID was coming, and I remember thinking, A, is this wise? And B, I wonder how much longer we'll be able to do things like this. So yeah, so that's where I got the fabric, and I used it originally to make a pair of Tilly and the Buttons Juno pyjamas for me. So I'll pop a picture of the pyjamas up there so you can see them. And I'm not going to talk you through that pattern because, you know, I made them for my aunt, and I talked about the pattern then at length because I made myself a top. So if you're interested in those, have a look back at my previous videos because I talk about them quite a lot in those. So I'll put links to the most relevant of the videos down below so you can see that if you're interested in them. Yeah, but that's the first lot of fabric, and I have got an awful lot of it left. So I'm sure I'll get quite a lot out of that. And then I don't think it'll be any surprise to you, but I've also got this fabric, which is the one that I made my aunt's pyjamas out of, and also after I ended up making her a second set of pyjama bottoms, I bought some more so that I could be sure I had enough to make her a second set of pyjama bottoms, and then I made a pyjama top for me, but I've still got an awful lot of this left. So I think that should be plenty, hopefully, to make things for all the children. I have got other little bits and pieces of other jersey fabric that I could use up if I run out, but I probably won't. So yeah, so that's the intention in terms of children's patterns, and hopefully I'll get some of those made in April. Some of them might be slightly in slower time, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so those are my plans. Huge thank you to Adele, Sofa Serenity and Crystal at My Social Thread for running this challenge. I think it'll be really interesting. So do please let me know down below if you're planning on making anything, or what you think of my suggestions for sewing for other people. Who are you going to sew for? Are you going to sew for anybody else? What are you making? I'd be really interested to hear from you. I do reply to everyone's comments when you put comments on my videos. It sometimes takes me a few days if I've been busy at work, but I will always reply. So thank you to everybody who's liked, commented and subscribed so far. I really appreciate you taking time to watch, and I really hope you're enjoying my content, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. The only other thing I should mention very quickly is what I'm wearing today, which is a Frankie tee by Tilly and the Buttons, and it's from the book Stretch. So I'll pop a full-length picture up of it so you can see it. But what I thought I'd do, one of my viewers said that they would be interested in seeing me do a video about t-shirts, and I thought that might be something that I could do fairly soon while I'm sewing up these various things. Because you haven't seen all my t-shirt mates as yet. I have to say, for me, t-shirts is usually long sleeve, but of course you've always got the short sleeve option. So I thought I could do maybe part one now of the t-shirts I've done so far, and then when I've made some more of the others that I've talked about making over this year, then I can do part two. So hopefully that's something I'll get to soon, and I'll talk about the Frankie tee in more detail then. So that's all from me for now. Look forward to seeing you again soon. I hope you're having a great weekend and that you get some sewing in, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks very much. Bye.